What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. In this episode, we're going to go over our trip through Section 4 of the Oregon Backcountry Discovery Route, or BDR for short. Section 4 is located in Central Oregon and actually starts in the resort town of Sunriver. I mapped out a route in Onyx that starts on Conklin Road in Sunriver, so that's exactly where our video starts. Also, if you're coming from Section 3 of the BDR and you're just stopping over in Sunriver briefly, do yourself a favor, hit up Sunriver Brewing for lunch or dinner, grab some to-go beers for the campsite later on. You'll thank me. Section 4 starts on pavement that turns into gravel, and you're on dirt pretty quickly. The first 20 miles or so are just dirt Forest Service roads. There are a couple sections that get a little tight, so watch out for paint pinstriping if you're worried about it. Around the 25-mile mark, this section starts to climb in elevation. We hit a pretty long and super dusty section that really made me regret switching out my engine air filter about 2 weeks before this trip. If you haven't figured it out already, we ran Section 4 from south to north, and I will say that as you get near the top, close to the highest elevation point in this section, there is a 2 to 3 mile section that I would not want to run unless I had a vehicle with a 2-speed transfer case and 4 low and a decent amount of clearance. My absolute favorite part of Section 4 is the detour that my buddy Ron and I took over to Three Creek Lake, which is only about a mile off the route, maybe a little more. There's a small Three Creek Lake general store and marina that's only open from July 1st to September 1st, and usually from about 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. This general store has no power. It does serve cold soda, beer, and ice cream. They run their fridge and freezer off of propane. And if you come on the right day, you might be able to meet the owner and the owner's dog, Bo. In addition to snacks, drinks, and general lake supplies, they also rent out some stand-up paddle boards and small boats if you want to go that route. Ron and I weren't in a hurry to be anywhere, and we actually spent like an hour just hanging out in chairs in front of the store, talking to the owners, playing with their dog Bo, and just chatting it up. We also had a couple beers. It was a good time. There is no dispersed camping allowed around Three Creek Lake, and both of the campgrounds were totally booked out. Ron and I fully expected, even before the trip started, to have to drive a few miles north into Deschutes National Forest and find some dispersed camping spots, but something else fell in our lap. The owners of the general store actually offered to let Ron and I use their personal camp spot directly across the access road from where the store is. They were only using it for parking for the most part when the store is open. They said we were welcome to use it for free. We just had to be out before they reopened the store the next morning, so of course we said yes to that deal. Once you leave Three Creek Lake, there's really not much of Section 4 left. Section 4 actually ends in the town of Sisters, Oregon. And if you're continuing on to Section 5 and maybe just stopping through Sisters briefly, the one recommendation I will make is to stop by the Sisters Coffee House. There's usually a pretty long line, but honestly, it's worth the wait. If you make the decision to run Section 4 of the Oregon BDR, or you just happen to be in the area of Sisters, I would head down to Three Creek Lake, swing by the store. If you do me a favor, say hi to our four-legged friend, Bo. As always, thanks for watching Trash Panda Garage. Until the next time, get out there, build something.